The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Kylie Richardson stood before the assembled representatives of 47 different species. Her boots echoed against the crystalline floor, each step a reminder that she was the only human in a room full of beings who had never encountered her kind before. Ambassador Vrelther of the Zithian Collective leaned forward, his compound eyes glinting with curiosity and barely concealed disdain. "Human," he chittered, his translator converting his clicks into standard galactic common. "Before we proceed with your species application for council membership, we must complete the standard biological assessment." Kylie nodded, her expression neutral. She had expected this. Every species underwent the same scrutiny. "Our records indicate your planet, Earth, possesses a remarkable diversity of life forms," Vrelther continued. "We have observed creatures of considerable size and strength, apex predators, as your scientists call them." He paused, mandibles clicking thoughtfully. "We must know which of these creatures is humanity's natural predator. This information is crucial for determining your species classification and appropriate protective measures." A murmur rippled through the chamber. Several ambassadors leaned closer, their various appendages, tentacles, and sensory organs focused intently on the human. Kylie's lips curved into a slight smile, one that didn't quite reach her eyes. "Our predator?" "Yes," Ambassador Selkara of the Peaceful Confederation interjected, her voice melodious and concerned. The Selkari were a prey species themselves, evolved from herd animals on their home world. Every sentient species evolved alongside natural predators. It shaped psychology, culture, survival instincts. The Zithians evolved fleeing from the great hunters of Zithia. My people developed our advanced hearing to detect the sky stalkers. Even the mighty Korthax, she gestured to the hulking, armored representative in the corner, evolved defensive plates to survive the acid serpents of their world. The Korthax ambassador rumbled in agreement, his voice like grinding stone. "It is the natural order. Prey evolves intelligence to escape. Predators evolve strength to catch. Tell us, small human, what hunted your ancestors? What creature made your people clever enough to reach the stars?" Kylie took a deep breath. She had rehearsed this moment with Earth's diplomats, but standing here, surrounded by beings who fundamentally misunderstood humanity's place in nature, the weight of her answer felt heavier than anticipated. "Nothing," she said simply. The chamber erupted in confused chatter. Translators struggled to keep up with the cacophony of languages. Impossible. Vrelther's voice cut through the noise. "Every species, you asked what hunted us," Kylie interrupted, her voice calm, but carrying an edge that made several ambassadors instinctively retreat. "The answer is nothing, because we were the ones doing the hunting." Silence crashed over the chamber like a physical force. Ambassador Selkara's ears flattened against her head. "But, your physical form, you lack natural weapons. No claws, no venomous fangs, no armored hide. Your sensory capabilities are mediocre at best. How could you possibly? We didn't need them," Kylie explained, warming to her subject. "Our ancestors looked at creatures bigger, stronger, and faster than themselves. And they didn't run. They didn't hide. They picked up rocks and sharpened sticks, and they hunted anyway." She began to pace, her movements measured. Every ambassador's eyes followed her with new wariness. "Do you know what persistence hunting is?" Kylie asked. "My ancestors would find an animal, an antelope, a deer, something built for speed, and they would just follow it, not sprint, just jog, or after hour under the blazing sun. The prey would run, exhaust itself, stop to rest, and humans would appear again, still coming, tireless. The animal would flee again, its body overheating, its muscles screaming. Eventually, it would collapse from exhaustion, and humans, still barely winded, would walk up and finish it." The Selkari ambassador's translator emitted a sound that could only be described as a whimper. "We tracked wounded prey for days across hostile terrain," Kylie continued. "We developed weapons that could kill from distances our prey couldn't even perceive as threats. Spears, bows, eventually guns. We domesticated wolves, apex predators themselves, and turned them into hunting partners. We looked at the ocean, a domain completely alien to our terrestrial bodies, and we built boats and hunted whales. Creatures 100 times our size." William Chen, Kylie's colleague and fellow human representative, had been standing quietly in the observation area. Now he stepped forward, adding his voice to hers. "On Earth," William said, his tone matter-of-fact, "we have a concept called an apex predator. It means a predator with no natural predators of its own. Humans are the only apex predator that achieved sentience on our world. We didn't evolve running from something bigger. We evolved chasing everything else." Vrelther's exoskeleton had paled to an almost translucent shade. "But your planet's fossil records. We observed your ancestors. Small, vulnerable. Kylie laughed, but it was not a pleasant sound. "Ambassador, my ancestors survived ice ages by hunting megafauna to extinction. When resources were scarce, we didn't adapt to eat what was available. We went to where the food was, crossing continents, oceans, eventually reaching every landmass on our planet. We are persistently, relentlessly omnivorous. We can eat almost anything, survive almost anywhere." She paused, letting that sink in. "You want to know why humans don't have a natural predator?" Kylie's voice dropped, becoming almost gentle, which somehow made it more terrifying. "Because anything that tried to make us prey, we studied, we understood, and then we removed from the ecosystem. Bears, lions, tigers, wolves, crocodiles, creatures that could absolutely kill a human in direct combat. We learned their patterns, developed strategies, and hunted them until they learned to fear us." The chamber had grown deathly quiet. "The question isn't what is humanity's predator," William added softly. "Throughout Earth's history, the question has always been, what will humans decide to hunt next?" Ambassador Selkara found her voice, though it trembled. "And now you have come to the stars." Kylie met her gaze steadily. "Now we've come to the stars," she confirmed. "But not as conquerors. We learned something else during our evolution, Ambassador. We learned cooperation. We learned that the best way to survive wasn't to hunt everything, but to form communities, to build civilizations, to protect rather than predate." She gestured around the chamber. "We're here because we wanted to join you, to be partners, allies, friends. Yes, humans are predators. That's our nature, our evolution, our history. But we're also more than that. We chose to be more than that." The Korthax ambassador made a sound like grinding approval. "A predator species that mastered itself. Interesting." Vrelther's colors slowly returned to normal. This will require significant discussion among the council." Kylie smiled, genuinely this time. "We understand. We'll wait." As she and William left the chamber, Kylie heard the ambassadors break into frantic discussion behind them. In the corridor, William exhaled heavily. "Think they'll accept us?" he asked. Kylie considered. "Eventually. They're afraid, but they're also intrigued. Fear and fascination, that's how most prey species react to predators, even reformed ones." "Reformed?" William chuckled. "I like that." Behind them, in the council chamber, the debate raged on. But one thing was certain: the galaxy would never look at humans quite the same way again. The species with no natural predators had arrived among the stars, and the universe was about to learn what that truly meant.